I have seen it with my own eyes, what the effects of lack of an education is, the way a lack of education has affected many women in Africa and in the rest of the world. Without an education in Uganda, it means a woman will not have a voice. Having your own voice, an independent voice, is very critical for you to be able to fight so many social injustices that we face in our communities here. Women without a voice means they will not speak up when they have arranged marriages made for them behind their backs. They'll marry off young girls. They'll get married when they are young and they will not be able. And when they go to this marriage, when they are young, it means that there will be multiple of them in this marriage and she'll have no voice. She'll not be able to access, have access to reproductive health, which also means that chances for her to die at childbirth are very high. In addition to that, even their children alone have very meager chances of reaching their 5th birthday. It also, the women will not know when to go and vaccinate their children, how to feed their children. They'll not have an income even to provide for their children because they don't have jobs. The women also have had this problem of domestic violence because she has no voice. She cannot speak up or even speak about it because culturally in our society here, we are seen as property for the man. So a woman who has not had an education, even if she's suffering with domestic violence, her husband beats her or takes away her little income, it means she cannot speak up. One, the society will laugh at her. She fears to come out. Then she doesn't even know where to go for help. So I believe giving a girl the right education at this age gives her that voice, gives her that opportunity to be able to speak up in future against these social injustices.
It is so fulfilling to see that we have an organization that aims at promoting girls' education, and especially at secondary level. In Africa, the girls face a lot of barrier to education due to poverty, due to cultural norms and beliefs, and because of this, some are even discriminated in their society. But because African Girls Can has worked towards empowering these girls through secondary education, I am so happy. I am one person who has always had a dream of promoting girl-child education. And so partnering or working together with the African Girls Can has actually made me fulfill my dreams. But most importantly, is the fact that this opportunity that has been given to these girls has placed a smile on the faces of these girls. I can testify this. I have worked with these girls before this opportunity came into their lives, and I saw them. They were miserable, they were timid, they were lonely, they were isolated. But immediately they came, they got this opportunity to further their secondary education through African Girls Can. You literally see a change in the faces of these girls. The smiles come out. You see life. You literally see life in the lives of these girls. And with time, you see improvements in class performance. You see them build self-confidence. You see them rise up to take leadership positions as a result of being given this opportunity in school.
So I opted for A-level, but it couldn't be backed up by financial ability. So I had to stay home for 1 month when people had gone to school all in all, I'd been crying for the 1 month that everything should turn to normal, but things couldn't work out. I stayed, my community was boring. I lacked friends, I lacked company. Every time you're going, you feel as if you're lonely. There's nothing you can do. You're being rejected. But things couldn't work out for me. I stayed the whole day crying. Most of my days I spent crying to go to school. But until an unforgettable day in my life came when my mother called me and told me, "Oh, Vivian, Madam Jennifer called and said you should go to school." I was surprised. Madam Jennifer had been seeing me all this, being worried, and she followed my footsteps only to realize I was really financially unable. Now she trusted me out and found out that I wasn't in school. When my mother told me this good news, I couldn't control tears. It was like tears of joy, not like in regrets of going back to school, but I was so happy to go back to school. And I felt really, God has really granted me my request, and heaven had come back on earth for me. Things really went on well, and after 4 days, I resumed to school. On resuming to school, I met Madam Jennifer. She encouraged me and told me, "Vivian, it's just time to work hard. I know things will go on well." I felt I had a mother in school.
So Madam Jennifer told me, "Monica, you are now among the lucky students who are going to be sponsored by African Girls Camp." For real, I couldn't believe my ears. I just couldn't believe my ears because it was a shocking news. I didn't know that opportunity could come to a girl like me, who is from a very poor background, who does not even have anything, struggles with her own hands to do everything, but God made it for me. Madam Jennifer could always encourage me, convince me, tell me each and everything that happens in her life. Also, she could also explain her experience that she got when she was still not yet like the way she is now. So I had to have that courage. I had to say, though comes what, comes sunshine, comes rainfall, at least I need to struggle for my future. Since God has provided this opportunity to me, I need to struggle and I need to make it as I'd wanted before. And that's the reason why I prefer Madam Jennifer to be as my role model. Because the way she could encourage me, she could inspire me with her words, she could tell me all her experiences that she also passed through. So that's why I just feel like she's my role model. That's why I always admire to be like her.
In the future, with the empowerment that African Girls has given me through enabling me to stand my ground, to speak for myself, I'm really working hard to achieve every possible opportunity that can make me stand my ground, and also stand for the women in Uganda through advocating for girl child education. For in Uganda, once uneducated, really, the voice of an educated girl is really hard, really in Uganda. Because nowadays in Uganda, like in the general Africa, really Africa as a general, once a girl is educated, she's seen as a valuable asset. But when she is not educated, she's just seen at the grassroots. So with the education African Girls is giving me and empowering me so that I can achieve more and more in being an educated girl, I hope to speak for myself, to speak for my nation, and speak for female, really a girl child education entirely, and enable them, the parents, to always see girl child education as something important, not only to value boys as African tradition says, and to see that women can do something. They can even be better than boys, thoroughly advocating for them, and quite really I can even join African Girls Can in the next future to enable sponsor more girls in this organization. Thank you.